What's up, guys, and welcome back to the I'm Hungry podcast. I'm Foster,
I'm Daniel.
and we are returning for another week. We're not dead yet. I know some of you out there are plotting on our downfall. I feel it in my bones, but you know, who can say they really did anything without making a couple enemies, right?
I'd like to say that
You gotta step on some toes, right? You can't please everybody.
I don't know. I mean, you can avoid displeasing everyone, or you can avoid displeasing anyone, I think.
Superman even has villains, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah, his villains suck.
And he's the Lex Luthor. I think Lex Luthor is kind of a cool villain.
What is he though? He's just a dude, and they make him.
He's Batman, but like less determined and like more crazy.
But
it's like they just took Batman and were like, okay, this is Superman's villain.
But
a little bit. I don't know.
He doesn't like.
I actually don't know.
They make him too powerful, or like they let his, the plot helps his plans along more than they actually would.
You think he's got like plot armor?
Like, okay, come on. In real life, Superman could just go and vaporize anybody he wanted. All right.
But why would he do that? Because he's a good person. Because Clark Kent is a good citizen.
So he's gonna allow the world to be like mostly destroyed, and then he'll go and kill Lex Luthor or whatever.
But like, he can't just kill Lex Luthor.
Why?
Because he's like a billionaire, right? So he's like a huge like statue or like pylon of the American economy. He becomes president in a lot of the media.
Oh really?
Yeah, he becomes president, and people fuck with him in the DC universe for some reason. Cause he's
all right. Well, I guess that
like
does complicate it.
He's like a charismatic savant. He's a genius. He's a genius.
What is a savant?
Fucking.
Is a savant just?
You're like a connoisseur, an expert.
Very talented. Yeah. Very learned or talented person.
Yeah. What did you do this week? Did you do anything cool? I got something to talk about.
You go first, because I don't remember what I did this week.
Well, the main thing I just want to talk about is I did it yesterday. I went to the Waste Management Phoenix Open. You know you've heard of that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Golf.
It's a big golf tournament that goes on in like Scottsdale. And it happens every year. It's huge, and they advertise it as the People's Open, right? Because everybody goes and everybody gets fucking shit-faced. That is the reason they call it the People's Open. And they'll try to tell you that that's not the reason, but it is 100% the reason. They started like doing that, I think, a couple years ago, but it's just because like people would get hammered, and then it would become not a golf tournament. It would become like an event, like something. Yeah. To do like, and more like a football game-esque. Yeah. They've got like, you should have seen it. They had like this, like the members club, right? It was a whole DJ set. They got the DJ up on the rafters and boo, 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 boo. And they got the fire extinguishers. It's like, and it like sprays all the cold shit out. You know what I mean?
Like they sprayed fire extinguishers.
Yeah, they had confetti. It was crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, and the reason,
and they played golf during that.
Yeah, and there's just like these golfers going around, just playing golf, and this is like a legit tournament. This is like a PGA.
Yeah, I've heard that it's a legitimate tournament. It's just crazy that the audience is allowed to be so crazy.
Yeah, and like the audience will like heckle too, because they'll get shit faced. So you get some like, and like there's a bunch of young people, there's a bunch of old people. It's crazy.
That's funny.
Excuse me, by the way, I just burped in the microphone. Yeah. Oh, nice. Was that real?
That was fake. That was fake.
That sounded kind of real. But I was gonna say good job. But yeah, I was like watching this one guy. I was watching this one guy hit it, and this was like group of guys like walking by behind me. There, he missed his putt. Right, he misses the putt, and the guy goes, "Nice shot." I was like, "Whoa!" Like, you're a drunk dude, like on the sidewalk. This is a pro golfer. Like, I don't know.
That's pretty funny, though. I mean,
and there was a bunch of Spanish people next to me, and they called him a pendejo. I think that.
Well, I wouldn't expect people to get that mad over. Or I wouldn't expect them to be mad over the guy heckling, but I guess like yeah.
They seemed like they
seemed-
were like legit golf fans. They
Yeah,
were like
okay.
they were there, and like when they would hold up the signs, I was watching them. They would hold the signs, and like the guy's girlfriend was like giggling, and he goes, "Shh." Right? Yeah. So it's like
So they
he
were
was le-
serious.
he
They were
was
serious
legit,
fans
yeah.
at the People's Open, too.
Yeah, but the shitty. So, it was fun. It was fun. Golf courses are nicely maintained, right? So it's cool to see this just like wide open space of like green grass. You don't
Yeah.
really get to see that a lot, especially around in Arizona.
Yeah. True.
And they had like all these fixtures that it looked really nice. Everything looked awesome. But they stopped selling alcohol, which was like, what the fuck? And they stopped selling alcohol at like 3 p.m. Why do you think?
Because people got too drunk.
People got shit-faced. It starts at like 8 a.m.
Oh my god!
And
People are just
people
day
show
drinking
up
the whole time.
Yeah, people show up at 8 a.m. I got there late. I got there like 1. But
so you
yeah,
get to
but-
experience the back end of the crowd.
yeah, so I like right when I got there, they were starting to shut off the alcohol. They weren't serving beer as the concessions anymore. I was like, fuck. Because I was like, why I went there. I don't know. I
Yeah.
should have got there earlier, but I was able to find some beer. They had a bar, like they built like a bar standout thing, and it was
Wow.
like Bottled Blonde, which is like a bar in Old Town. But it was like it's like they had like this little stand. Like,
Oh,
at
okay. They
the
brought a little
tournament.
booth out there.
And
Yeah.
it was like a makeshift. They had a bar. They had like a full bar. So I got like a Jack and Coke and like some beers, and then I just
Nice.
kind of like walked around. It was nice. All the grass, like it's funny because all the grass, like people are walking on it, right? So it gets really slippery,
Yeah.
and everybody starts falling, and they get all dirty because of the mud.
Nice. Was it wet too?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah. I mean, it was fun, but like, yeah. I guess if I'm gonna go again, I would want to get there earlier, and
Yeah.
also I would want like a suite, like one of the sky boxes. But those are like
Oh dang.
$1,000. Those are like so much money. It's such like a snooty like fucking rich person event. I was like appalled. The entire time I was like, fuck, this place sucks. But yeah, I met some
That's what it
people in
seems
line.
like, yeah.
I just like went there. I just went there by myself. I didn't. I would want to go with a group. I just like pulled up because like I knew a bunch of people were going already, and like I texted people like, don't knock me for not trying. I texted people. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You want to like pregame and like head there together or something? But
Right.
everybody was very busy, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna pull up. I just pulled up by myself. Shout out Alex and his group. I met some people on the bus.
Oh,
Hung out
nice.
with them for a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's low-key scary to do that, but like,
To just go by yourself.
yeah, just to do
I mean,
anything
yeah.
by yourself. I'd be
Yeah.
doing that though sometimes. I'll just be like, fuck it. I did that on Halloween. I met some people. You just gotta like talk to people.
Yeah. Yeah, doing stuff by yourself is like it depends on the kind of thing. I wouldn't do like, well, I wouldn't do that by myself unless I was really passionate about the event. You know, like if I was like, I gotta see.
Yeah,
the
it was
golf.
like, honestly, like, yeah, I would need to plan it way better. I already bought the
it's-
ticket, right? So,
But it's like a fun.
but-
It's a
and-
fun event. It's just a fun day
Yeah.
trip. You know, it's like it's fun
Yeah.
to do something that isn't like planned out. Like
Yeah, exactly. Like I haven't done anything in a minute. I've been like really focusing on school and shit. So it was fun to do. I already bought the ticket, but yeah, like the Uber, like the Lyft there was like $50.
dang.
And then it ended, and I got the shuttle back to where I was supposed to get picked up, and I ordered another one. It was like 30, but I selected the wait option, and I waited there for like 45 minutes in the cold at like fucking like 7 o'clock at night. I don't know. It was dark. Yeah,
yeah.
like some park in like North Scottsdale. There was a bunch of
That-
there's a bunch of Arab guys, and they were holding up their phones, and it was like it would be flashing. They'd be like taxi service, and then they'd be like, hey, where are you going? And I'm like, Tempe. They're like $200. I'm like, no. I'm not gonna pay $200.
Wait, so these are people who are just there, like not
Yeah, they're
working
trying
for
to,
Uber
like-
or anything, just with their own
Independent, yeah, I
cars.
guess.
Okay, yeah. And
I
because
saw
of the
one
tournament,
guy-
right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I saw one guy. He haggled him for like $100. I don't know where he was going, but
Jeez.
yeah,
That's
that's
crazy.
the other thing too. I was like, you guys are just like, yeah, get in my car. Like, I'll take you wherever you want to go.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
qualified
nah,
to
bro,
drive
I'm
you
good.
around.
Like,
I'm good.
but yeah, it was funny.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't know if I would go back. I would need to plan it a lot better. I would want a group. I would want a central like place that I
Yeah.
could go to or somewhere. I don't know. I guess that's not necessary. It was fun. Excuse me, I just burped again. Like it was fun just walking around. I brought a joint. That's the other thing. So Saturday, right? Like yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they oversold or they just let in too many people, but it was rumored that it was like plus 500,000 over capacity.
Wait.
Which is
500,000 people?
500,000 people over than what they were supposed to do on Saturday.
500,000 people?
Yeah,
That seems like way too. That seems like magnitude's too high.
Yeah, right. And it might. I don't know, but I think it's legit because that one of the rounds got canceled, so it rolled over into the next day. So people who were going on Friday, who were like really fucking with the golf, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like, oh well, your round didn't finish yet, so people were there from Friday in the morning, I guess, and then I guess there was just a bunch of people getting in somehow because they didn't even take my ticket. They didn't even take my fucking ticket. I could have showed
You just
up.
walked in? Wow.
I could have just showed up and with no ticket and walked the fuck in. And that's what really pissed me off because I paid $130 fucking bucks. I'm not doing that again next year.
You just walk
if
in.
I'm gonna go next year, I'm legit just gonna show up. I'm just gonna show up, and if they're actually taking my ticket and they kick me out, fuck it. I'm just gonna take an Uber back to like Old Town.
Yeah.
And get drunk at the bars. You know, you know what I mean?
Like, why? Yeah, then why not? You should
Because
not
also,
spend
too,
the money if they may not even care, you know?
Legit, 100%. Yeah, and then also, too, again, shout out Alex. He was like, yeah, we got an extra ticket. Like, I was like talking to him. He was like, yeah, like we got them for free, and we just got like we have like an extra one because like he was saying like they work in healthcare, so I guess like if you work at like Honor Health or some shit, you get free tickets.
Oh, nice, yeah. I was just trying to look. I was trying to find what the attendance number was. I haven't found it yet, but there's no way there were 500,000 people over what they expect. That 500,000. How many people does a stadium?
That's like a security risk. I was thinking about that. I was like, what if someone like I didn't get searched. I didn't get like scanned for weapons or anything. I was like, if someone brought like this is crazy. Like this is the first thought my brain goes to, right? But it's like if someone has a gun, which probably like yeah they do. Yeah. Arizona, North Scottsdale.
There wasn't
Arizona.
any security, like
no
metal detectors.
I think there was metal detectors because I remember walking through a metal detector and it goes beep 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 beep, and I looked on the side and there's 4 other people going through the other one and it goes beep 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 beep, and I look at the security guard and they're just all like smiling, like looking at us, like, I'm like, is this gonna be like a bad idea? Like. I don't know, but yeah.
Well, okay.
But yeah, like I brought a joint in. I thought I was gonna like have to hide it and shit. I put it in my boot. I was wearing some boots. I was wearing my boots. They got all muddy. I need to clean them. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But I got some compliments. There was some guy walking. He was like, "Yo, I fuck with the boots." I was like,
I feel like you're in the right place there to get complimented on your boots. Like especially.
Yeah, I saw a lot of other people with boots too.
Yeah.
So they were on the boot
right.
wave.
Dude, I just looked up like the largest stadiums in the U.S. and the largest one is Michigan Stadium.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
And it holds 107,000 people. So there's no way that there were 5 Michigan stadiums worth extra people at this thing, unless it has.
This golf course is pretty fucking big, man. I don't know.
That's crazy. That would be insane.
Dude,
that's like,
there was a ton of people.
That's
I have
that's 500,000 people.
Yeah, and like because people like travel for this shit. They were advertising it heavy as like the
I guess
open.
like maybe I don't know. I'd have to.
Like I don't know if you can see this very well.
Okay, yeah, but that's like 100 people.
Dude, that's like an underpass, and that's like the entrance.
Oh wait, I see the massive crowd. Oh, on the other side.
Like seeing the back.
Yeah,
it keeps going after that.
That's
so there's
crazy that there's
like
many
4
people.
other like golf courses worth, and then they have like stadiums built around like the 16th and 18th hole, right?
All right.
That hole with all the grandstands, dude. 500,000, yeah, that is a big number, but.
I mean,
it was definitely a 5 that I heard, and 5,000 is definitely too little.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if well, yeah, 5,000 is probably it could have been like 50,000 or something, but yeah, I mean, I could see it. I
but
could
yeah,
see
they
it.
stopped serving fucking beer. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah,
Well,
I
that
had fun.
sounds
Walked around.
yeah.
I talked to some of like the people that were like running the shit because I don't know shit about golf. So I was like, how many
What's
times you
happening?
guys rake the fucking sand pits? And he was like, well, the caddies do it actually. And I was like, oh. I had like a full on conversation with him. He was cool.
Wow,
I forgot
that's
the guy's
pretty
name.
fun.
I think he was Keith or something.
Keith, shout out Keith.
Yeah, shout out Keith. But yeah. So that's what I did yesterday. Other than what else, I didn't really do anything else this week, honestly. I just
Trying to think about what
I
I did.
I had a test. I had a midterm. I had a chem
How'd that go?
midterm. I think it went pretty decent, honestly. I don't know. I think I
What-
did
what
I
class?
think I organic chem, organic chemistry. Chem.
Yep.
So yeah, it was just like reading chemical equations and like building the stick models based off of like an equation, right? So it's like CH3, CH2, C,
Right.
CH, parentheses CH2, and you need to know how to like draw that shit.
Yeah. Do you need
And
do you need to
then-
take OChem 2 or just OChem 1? Okay.
Just OChem 1, I think.
Is it
it's not
normally
even like
C?
OChem 1, it's elementary OChem.
Oh, okay. Is this like a senior class that you normally take?
No, this is like it's 231, so this is like a sophomore class. I
Sophomore.
guess.
Okay, yeah.
But
Have
I
you
just
taken
need
it
I need it
before?
for I need it for a science elective.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I have not taken this one before.
Wait, so is it not required?
It is,
Oh.
but my degree requires electives. Like
Okay,
science
so you got to
electives.
OChem specifically is not required. It's just an elective.
Yeah, but then also at the same time they give you a list, right? So it's like here's all the ones that you can take, and there's like 6 on them,
Okay.
and it's like okay, well how many classes do I need to take? 6.
Okay.
So it's like
Yeah.
yeah, like classes like OChem you're probably taking if you're MSc at ASU.
Yeah. I feel like most people take OChem.
Yeah.
Like everybody, I think. I mean, I don't know that for sure. I just know it's one of the most popular hard classes that everyone talks about.
Yeah. I don't really
I-
think it's that hard. I fuck with chemistry. I've always fucked with chemistry the most.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, it gets harder for sure the more you get into it, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It's a lot of spatial reasoning and stuff, like with the different kind of reactions and reagents you can use. So I enjoyed it when I took it, but it's like not. It depends on if you think that way, it's really fun, and if you don't think that way, then it's not that fun. That's what I've heard.
Interesting.
Um,
Well, yeah.
I was just trying to think what I did. This week so we're like
Oh, yeah,
we're
one
doing
other
my
thing, one other
oh
thing.
yeah.
I brought a bunch of stickers. I brought a bunch of my stickers that I tagged, right? I was like
Wait.
slapping them shits all over the place.
At the Phoenix Open.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
I put, not really at the Phoenix Open. I kind of forgot while I was there. I put one in a porta potty. Because I snuck into like the elite place. I snuck into like the members area
Yeah.
after like everything started to wind down a little bit.
Nice.
And I slapped one in a porta potty in there.
Elite
then I put-
porta
I-
potty.
Yeah, and then I put one on the side of a bus that I took back, and then I put another one. Oh yeah, because when I got back home, I ordered a pizza, and then I walked to get the pizza, and I put it.
Oh.
I put the other ones I had like around my area, I guess. So
Nice. You're spreading your brand one bus at a time.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm the elite tagger of Tempe.
Elite tagger.
I'm probably gonna get hella
You
heat
tagged
for
the
that
Phoenix.
now.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's gonna be like, bro, I've been tagging since '94. Get the fuck up out of here.
I feel like it can't be that competitive.
It is, bro.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just even with your stickers?
Maybe not even with the stickers, but like, people definitely get like territorial about. this shit.
I could totally see that with like, full on graffiti, but I feel like the stickers no one's gonna care.
Yeah. Yeah, probably not with the stickers.
Yeah. I was just thinking about what I did this week. We're making a lot of progress on our senior design plastic pyrolysis thing. And for the last basically the last week I was doing, or a week and a half, I was communicating with this heat exchange company because we need a heat exchanger to condense the oil. And so I did a ton of math, a ton of like actual heat transfer engineering calculations and everything, and figured out what the heating or the cooling duty of the reactor is, or of the condenser is, which is like how much energy it needs to extract from the stream,
Yeah.
right? And then like the flow rate of cooling water, temperature of the cooling water, temperature of all the streams. Found a company that makes custom exchangers, and they sent me a form. They were really nice. I filled out the form with our specs and sent it back, and then I communicated with them over the last like week about do they have anything that meets our needs? And then they spent a few days and did their own internal calculations and engineering, and then got back to me with this awesome quote basically of like all the specs of the exchanger they designed and everything. It was a great price. It was like $2,000, and it was perfect for our application. And then we met with our sponsors to discuss, can we order this? We did we did this engineering, and this is our option, right? This is the best thing we can come up with. It arrives in 4 weeks.
Badass.
And they were like, it's too expensive.
We did
for
this
the prototype.
engineering.
Yeah. They said no, it's too expensive for the like they didn't want to. They were like, we could buy it if it's the only option, but it seems too expensive for the prototype. And I disagree completely. I think $2,000 for a heat exchanger that's specific to our application and could handle way more specs, like way more flow than we had designed it for. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, it's exceeding your values.
Yeah, it's an investment that
and it's only $2,000.
Yes, for a company that said
fucking ridiculous.
They told us your budget is open ended.
Probably like $100. They didn't even give you a fucking budget, and they're saying it's too expensive.
Yeah, so we didn't even know
these guys are actually silly. That's a silly thing to say.
It is a pretty silly.
That's like a genuinely silly concept.
They are nice. They're great, but yeah, that was silly. I was like, dude, you said within reason.
Yeah, no, yeah, go for it. Go crazy.
Like our whole thing so far costs about like $3,500, like everything all in. So I was like, and they said our budget is open ended, and they'll get what we need. It just has to be within reason. $2,000 for a heat exchanger is within reason. Like we looked around, and they could be like much more than that, and and it's hard to find one that makes them specifically.
This is like custom shit.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a really great deal, and it would arrive quickly. But anyway, so they said no, and then we basically just went on Amazon and found one that's like looked kind of the same, and we're just going with it. So I don't like that.
It's gonna break.
I know it's gonna
snap
break
in half.
It's gonna break eventually, and the thing is, they were like, we don't care if it breaks after a couple of tries because this is just the proof of concept. And I'm like, I kind of care because it might blow up if it breaks. Like I don't want to die because you guys don't want to pay for it.
I kind of care because it might blow up.
It won't blow up,
That's
and
so
if
funny.
if it breaks, it's gonna be like, oh, we got a leak. We'll see that it's becoming warped or something. It's not going to be catastrophic because we're not operating under any.
This is
pressure.
like your senior project too, though, right?
Yeah.
Ah, damn, that totally sucks. Why would they not let you like make it as good as you can? Especially if you already did like the work. Like,
yeah,
you're literally just asking for the money.
Yes.
Like, you don't even
like we went away, communicated with this actual company who does this as their company mission, right? That's what this company exists for. We did all the things you're supposed to do and did all the actual engineering that you're supposed to do with a real company, and I worked with them and told them our budget, told them I want to keep it under $5,000 and it needs to be here before April, etc. I told them all that stuff and did all the actual engineering on the side, and then came back to the sponsors and said, after a lot of rigorous calculations and decisions, this is our best option. I just need to go ahead to spend $2,100 on it, and they said they didn't want to, and I was just like, come on, guys, I know it's a lot. Maybe it's a lot for the prototype, but you can, when you're done with the prototype, you can take it off the prototype and use it for the other thing because it's good enough that it will last the whole time.
Fucking open-ended budget, my ass.
Yeah, that's not open-ended. That's not
open-ended at all.
No.
Like, so if you wanted to say open-ended, and then you came in here and you were like, the thing costs like $10,000.
Yeah,
it's like, okay.
Yeah, the one part. But if I was like, it's like we get $4,000 as our base budget, like that they give to the university.
Yeah, the entire thing is like what, sub 6?
Yeah, it's $4,000 for us, right? So it's 4,000, and I was like, okay, so I'm thinking if they say the budget's open ended, I'm thinking we can spend $10,000 on this thing, and they'll be fine with that, right? Because
Yeah.
our project, first of all,
open ended. That's definitely like at least 10.
yeah,
you know?
right. So if I came back and say that this one component, which is like one of the
Open-ended.
3 critical components of the entire plant, is $2,000, I think that's a great price. Like that's
Yeah.
less than a fifth of, or it's about a fifth of what I would imagine the total budget to be. And then they're like, no, and I'm fine with it. I respect the fact that they want to keep it cheap for the prototype, since it may not work as well as they want, right? But and they were like, it's not a waste of those calculations and that work, because when we go to the next version of the project, we can use that work that you did, and we can get the better heat exchangers and work with that company. And I'm like, okay, thanks. That makes me feel a little bit better. But
Yeah.
come on, I did the work so we could get this thing in our project now, and you
Yeah,
told
it's like-
us that we could spend money.
Why, if you can put it in the current version,
Yeah,
why would you wait and put it in the
I don't know, just because of the price. But it's like you're gonna pay that much anyway later or more, so you might as well do it now, and then you can use that thing
Yeah,
for
like
many future
how much does
iterations.
one on Amazon cost? Like 500.
It was like $300. So it's gonna break.
Like break, boom. That's like the same price.
Yeah, exactly.
Silly,
So,
silly.
It was frustrating.
university.
Yeah, I mean, and that's not even university. That's our company, our sponsor company, and I like them a lot. Like, they're great, but they don't know about the chemical engineering side, and
Corporate semantics, dude.
they are engineers, and they do believe in us, and they understand what we say, but they don't understand exactly the rigors of the engineering, or of the chemical engineering part specifically, right? So
Imagine a society without money. Is that just communism?
or just barter, like the bartering system.
But literally, like, imagine a society where it's like you're like, oh, I really want to do science, and then they're like, society is like, oh, cool, like, yeah, like, do that.
That sounds like communism.
It actually helps you like grow. I don't know. I'm just being like idealistic, but you know what I
maybe
mean.
it's
Like,
collectivism or something.
why are we so? Why is everything money oriented? Why are we?
Well, because no one.
Why are we
I mean, it
currency
comes.
driven.
Well, okay. Let's
Because we
say.
need to eat.
Yes.
Gotta steal to eat. Gotta eat to live.
Street
Seen
rap.
Aladdin? Yeah, street rap. Shout out Robin Williams. Rest in peace.
That wasn't
Podcast.
even Robin Williams' song, though.
But he was in the movie.
Well, yeah. He had the best song.
Shout out Will Smith. I didn't even see the live action.
The new one. I liked it. It's just, what I really don't like is
the only live action Disney I saw was Jungle Book.
Oh, I saw that. I don't remember anything from it. I remember there was a giant monkey that was terrifying. But that was it.
Yeah, the Monkey King or whatever the fuck his name is, and he's like, "Doobie doo,
Oh, yeah.
I wanna be
Doobie-doo.
like you." I should have been the Monkey King. Could have been me. It could have
been
me.
you. I don't like.
Fuck.
Oh, I watched a really cool video the other day that was talking about why. You know Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
the tentacle beard guy, right? Do you remember how good he looked? Because he's all CGI. Do you remember how realistic he looked in those movies?
I think a lot of people probably know the video you're talking about.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, but is it the one where it's like, why does Davy Jones'
Yeah.
beard look so good?
Or it was just
Even
why does Davy Jones why does his whole CGI character look so much better than CGI stuff today? Yeah. Okay, so I guess everyone's seen the video before, and I'm
No, yeah,
behind
it's
the curve.
weird. Like, YouTube culture is weird, dude. There are like certain videos that like
Circulate.
everybody's just seen for
Yeah.
some reason. Like, I
Well,
don't know.
I
Like,
apparently
I've
just
seen that.
found
that
that-
video has popped up in my in my homepage like at least 6 times. Like,
That's
I know
funny.
which one you're talking. It's funny. It's funny when you meet someone else that is also like as YouTube as you, because you'll be talking about the video and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know which one you're." Like,
It's funny because out of
they'll
all
be like,
like
"Oh, I watched
billions
this
and
one."
billions of videos that are on YouTube, that one
Literally.
everyone has seen.
Up like how much videos uploaded every second, right?
Yeah,
like
it's
fucking 10
crazy.
hours or some shit.
Well, okay,
And
I
it's
still
like,
want to.
I was watching this one video essay one time about this show, and it's like, oh yeah, I've seen that.
That should be the
But
title.
yeah.
Or the title of this episode should be like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that," or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, I've seen
Oh
that.
yeah, I've seen that. But okay, I'm
That's a
still
good
gonna
one.
mention it because maybe I'm sure many people in the audience haven't seen it, mainly because it's mostly my family, and then also it relates to what we were just talking about with Aladdin. Like they were just talking about in the video how like I remember when I watched Pirates of the Caribbean, like Davy Jones's face and the tentacles, they looked like so freaky realistic, like it was like
Yeah.
actually there, right? And the video that I watched talked about how and then compare that to like Marvel or pretty much any CGI
Fuck
character,
Marvel, dude.
including Aladdin, the genie in Aladdin. Like,
Avengers
it's
one
Will
was
Smith.
so good.
It's like weird Will Smith. He's like all jiggly and like he looks strange, right? He just doesn't look.
I thought
right.
it was like a stylistic choice.
The jiggliness.
Because he's like,
Yes.
he's like air. He's like smoke.
Yeah, but I'm just saying when he talks, his mouth moves, and like Princess
Like
Leia.
his whole jaw.
Yeah, it's like weird, and then like Princess Leia and Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh,
in
when
Rogue
she's
One.
in the fucking space and she's like,
Oh, well, not that part, but that was
that looked
gross.
so bad. That looked so bad. Or maybe I'm just remembering as it looked really bad. But like,
No, it is pretty.
I remember that
it was
happened.
pretty
I was
bad.
like, just like, what? Like all of a sudden she's like 86 years old and about to die. And she can use the fucking force now.
Well, she had been trained as a Jedi, right? But no one should be able. That shouldn't have been a thing that anyone could do. That was really stupid.
Silly.
It just gives me like heartache thinking about, like, raises my blood pressure thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like they could have been so cool with her character, with the whole thing, and they went with the dumbest things.
Are there any like bastions of entertainment left? Because is there anything that's like, well, yeah, like, but like a genuinely good thing? You know what I mean? Like we used to look at Star Wars and Indiana Jones as like these like.
Well, you still can look at the old ones as that, and it's just the new ones.
But
It's hard to
exactly the old ones. The fact that there is
Hey,
new ones
Rogue One.
means that there is old ones.
But hey, Rogue One, I think everyone looks at that as a class as
True, but
gorgeous and perfect.
for every Rogue One we get
We get 5 or no 4 because I also look at
episode 9, 10, 11 or whatever.
Yeah,
Is it 9, 10, 11?
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? 7 was okay.
We haven't gotten to that shit yet.
Yeah.
Do you think there will be 9, 10, 11? You think they're gonna
Well, there's
do it?
already is 9. You mean 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, 10, 11, 12.
I hope to God not.
What would they even do?
Exactly, they won't. But there
Ray?
is going to be.
Fuck Ray, dude.
No, I liked. Well, okay, you know what? I liked Rey in the first movie. She was awesome, and then they ruined all the characters. They
You know
didn't.
what, but you know why you liked Ray in the first movie? Because she was Luke.
No, she wasn't Luke. She was already doing. She was already on her own, and like you're like, what happened to her? Why is she living by herself? Why is she scavenging stuff? Luke had like a family, and he was like a whiny little kid. She's different. Like it was a different character. I do kind of wish that they had chosen a different like biome for her planet to be.
Yeah.
Like instead of literally
It
just
was like, imagine
Tatooine
if she
again.
was like, imagine if it was like a water, like an ocean planet, and she was like a diver, and she sold like scallops.
But
or
hold on,
pearls or
but
something.
the water in movies always sucks. Name a movie where it's good.
Water World.
Is that a movie?
Yeah.
Is that the one with like post-apocalyptic?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
The Earth floods.
Okay,
and
I
it's
guess
all
I'm
water.
talking about where being underwater looks cool. Name a movie where being underwater looks realistic and cool. Maybe
hold
Avatar.
on.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Journey to the Mysterious Island.
There's no way that looks cool. I'm sorry.
There's a submarine scene, and I thought it looked kind of
Well,
neat.
okay, I guess-
The Shape of Water by Guillermo del Toro. I've never seen that.
I haven't
don't
seen
even
it
know.
either. I guess let me say CGI underwater scenes, right? If it's a real underwater scene, then that looks fine.
Pacific Rim, Godzilla.
No, those look bad. I know what you're talking about. Those
what?
look bad. Yeah, it's all
What?
CGI. It's gross. Nobody knows how to make it look real. And also, no one wants to watch people flounder around underwater for 30 minutes. You know,
I guess the water levels in video games are always asked too.
Yes, it's honestly my personal opinion that humans cannot like comprehend or connect with underwater themed adventures as much unless it's in a submarine or like some other thing where it looks like they're in air, where they're living in air, but they're actually underwater.
Is that because of our nature as terrestrial creatures?
I believe it is. I think it's hard for us to like when someone's a diver and they're swimming and there's a shark coming, it's like, can we be done?
What if we develop artificial gills and like propellant technology to like go underwater?
You mean like a dive suit and one of those little things you grab onto? Like, we have that.
Yeah. But like, what if we like make it real future shit and it's like, and now we live underwater?
If we lived underwater,
to the year 3000. Not much has changed, but we live underwater. Jonas Brothers predicted it.
They did.
Year 3000. When is year 3000? 900 years. 900. What? Yeah, right?
No, it's like 80 years from now. 70.
No.
Oh, I'm being
20.
so stupid.
Yeah. Right? Am I being silly?
No, you're correct. You're correct. For some reason, I was thinking it was 20. Oh, I was thinking it was 240. No, 224. The year 224.
21. Yeah. We are gonna see 21. Will that be the 22nd century then?
Yeah. I hope we see the 22nd century.
I feel like it's a given at this point, right?
You were born in 2002. You'd have to literally be 98. Or you were born in
Like
2001.
I feel like medical technology by the time I'm like 60 is gonna be like, yeah, just I drink a little thing and all of a sudden I'm like healed.
Sure. I'm sure it'll be way better. Yeah.
Listen, it's either we're all dying or we're all gonna be like amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's just one or two. It's. I really don't see it as like, oh yeah, we're just kind of still kind of shitty, but also like not really terrible yet. Like,
but
I don't see that
look at
happening.
history though. Just, can you point to anything in history where it isn't, we're still kind of suck, but we're just going?
No, but can you also point to any time in history that is like comparable to the current era?
No, because it's the present day. You can't ask anybody from any time to.
No, because like 0 through like 1800s were like. Yeah, like
don't even compare.
Like
no,
buy cow, buy farm,
no,
plant food, like have baby.
But
like that was life. Now it's like fucking 3D CGI cartoons in your brain on your phone.
But zero to 1800, there was
brain.
Science. There were scientists performing experiments and learning about the world.
Those guys were stupid. Those guys were actually dumb.
No, they weren't. We still use like most of their stuff. Like thermodynamics is like that was like 1800s is when thermodynamics like really started, I think. Even before that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like 0 to 1800 was like bullshit.
No, it wasn't. What
was
then, like,
happening? 1800 was when we started looking at shit.
But at year 0, we were still like it was like basic ancient civilizations, right? Am I talking out of my butt? I don't know. What happened?
0 was like Jesus, right? That's what I go off.
Well, year 0.
Oh yeah, I wanna say something real quick. I've been having like low key a religious like revival. I feel like I talk to God sometimes now.
Okay, they're not doing it.
Maybe I'm just going even crazier. But yeah, like God's legit. I just want to say that. I think I said he was like an asshole, and it's like sometimes he can be, but sometimes it's a necessary thing. It's like a stern parent, but not a bad parent. I don't know.
I mean, I don't like genocide.
I don't know, God. What?
Like, I feel like genocide, like allowing genocide and terrorist attacks and stuff like that. I feel like that's a little bit more than just like parenting,
I don't think that's his fault. I think that's our fault. Personally.
Oh, yeah, I agree.
I think that's like a human born thing. The way I learned it is that like we all have. This is how I was raised. Mm-hmm. This is like because I've been thinking about this a lot. I don't know why, but like we all have original sin. So I guess my answer to the question is like, are humans innately bad? Yes. Like we will take advantage. We will lie. I feel like that's something to be said too. Children innately lie. Like kids, you don't have to teach them to lie.
You don't have to teach them to be nice, though, either.
I might be talking on my ass,
but you don't have to teach them to do nice things for things that they care about, right? Like, kids will just do stuff, animalistic stuff, right? There's no such. Okay, I mean,
but in order to be inherently good, you have to be good.
There's no
in order to be inherently bad. You don't necessarily have to be. You can still be kind of good and be bad.
Right, which is why humans are not. I think humans are not inherently anything. We are inherently blobs of chemicals, and depending on what happens to those chemicals over the years, that's how our other blobs decide that's a good blob or a bad blob. There's nothing inherent about anything.
I guess.
No inherent meaning to any part of the universe at all.
I definitely think there's some inherency. I think. Fuck! I forgot what I was about to. But I think it's like a binary universe. I don't think we can get. I don't think you can get away from the concept of like duality in this dimension.
What is duality in this dimension? What does that mean?
There's just two. Like there's two everything. You can't get to one. Like there is no mono. Like there is no monopole for like magnetics. There is no like mono particle that like rules everything. It's all. There's two. There's like two sides. There is no one side. It's always like positive, negative. You know what I mean? 0, 1.
Sure. Yeah.
And the way I'm thinking about it is like humans, they can be good, but they can't reach that like whole 1. You know what I mean? So it might be like a 0.7, might be a 0.6, 0.2, but it's still a 0. You know what I mean? That's how I'm thinking about it in terms of like the good and bad.
But I feel like it's even more complicated than that because there is no such thing as good or bad. Like in my opinion, there's no such you can't assign.
So do you not believe in evil?
No.
Really?
No.
You don't think that there's just like real evil shit out there?
No.
I think there is. I think there is genuine evil in the world. I think there are some things that are just like to not be fucked with in any sense. Well, because they are just they're like objectively bad.
But there's no who is the objective source that's telling you that? It's yourself and the rest of humanity, and we are not objective.
And that's what I'm saying. Like God, low key. That's what I'm saying.
But how do you know that that's what they're telling you?
It's like you're conscious, bro. Like
yeah, exactly. You're conscious. You're a blob.
You know right from wrong, bro.
You're a blob. You don't know anything. You're a little bundle of chemicals floating around in this little sack of chemicals inside this shell of chemicals and wrapped in this skin of chemicals. That's all you are. So anything you think.
So is my consciousness just a product of like the Catholic Church's teachings from when I was a youth?
Yeah, sure. Or your whole life. It's a product of your whole life.
Yeah.
That's all it can be, right? There's and this is just my opinion. So I'm not trying to like be like, no, you're wrong.
No, yeah,
okay.
No, yeah.
So I mean, this is what I think. It's a product. Whatever you decide to call your consciousness, right? We all decide that we know what a consciousness means, right? Even though there isn't really such thing. Then your entire life, your existence as a blob is what defines what we call your consciousness to be. That's how I think of it. And I think we can assign meaning to stuff. Because, who's going to stop us, right? There's literally nothing to stop us from doing that because there's no inherent meaning. So we're free to assign meaning wherever we want and in order to make our lives feel happier and more complete and morally correct and stuff like that. So, and I think that has meaning to us, right? It has no objective meaning, but it is nice for us that we can do that. And it's nice for other animals. They can do that too, right? Animals know right from wrong. Yeah. They can do nice things, they can do bad things, and they do things that they know. Like, animals will help other animals out of the road, and, like, they'll save, like, other animals will adopt baby animals of a different species as their children, not because they're just mindlessly programmed to do that, because we've shown that they care about compassion and they can work together and stuff like that. They're basically the same as us. Like, anyone who...
So do you think they're going to get to a point, like, say we all die, we kill each other... Like, animals take over the world. Big brain cat all of a sudden appears.
Yeah, maybe.
What are they called? What are the Skyrim ones? You don't play Skyrim.
No.
Video games, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like Khajiit, I think they're called.
I mean...
But they're like these humanoid cats that can talk, and they're like merchants, and they try to sell you shit.
Yeah, I mean, if we all kill ourselves and there's still
are they
going to
have this? Like, is there gonna be a cat Foster and a cat Daniel with the I'm tired podcast.
I'm tired. Maybe.
And they're gonna be like, meow 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 meow
Meow.
oh meow meow meow
Meow meow.
meow meow meow.
Oh,
Like you watch Chowder?
no, I've heard of it. Oh, do you remember we played Dungeons and Dragons with Ben at Colton's house? Remember that?
When we were all rogues and shit.
Yeah. And
that was a cool campaign. Yeah.
That was a cool. Wait, you were at Colton's house, right? Colton's the. It was just a one-time session too, right?
Yeah. I was like a raven guy.
Yeah, and I remember we had like a fantastic.
I was a badass, bro.
I remember you and me had like a fantastic rapport, and like we were doing really fun. And then the other two we were playing, but they were just like being really like getting way too into like the character and like the accents and stuff. And I was like, ugh.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, because who was it? Who was the fucking like cat girl? Cat boy?
Yeah, yes. I don't remember who it was.
It was either Ben or Lainey.
Yeah, it had to be one.
Like
it was
cat person.
It was so. I was like.
No way. Yeah, I totally know what you're talking about because I was like. Oh, you're gonna do that all game?
The whole time. Okay, like, all right. I would like to make like a public service announcement. I think you need to be very careful when you do a voice for your role playing game, right? Because I think when we just recently played, and it was the Call of Cthulhu, and I had like a basically Harley Quinn accent or like a Boston accent.
Yeah, you were going for
and you were like, I'm all ears. I'm all legs.
I was just the same guy again.
Like those are funny accents, and it's funny to watch the other players try to stay consistent, right? Like I feel like it's funny to watch you say things in that voice, and I hope it was like entertaining to watch me I would try and say things somewhat in character, but also just making fun of the accent. But if you're seriously trying to do your accent the whole time, you need to be very, very careful about which accent you pick. Like, and I think they picked the wrong one. Like, it comes off really weird if you spend the whole campaign talking in a really weird voice and you're like serious about it. You know,
it just felt like silly.
Yeah,
if I remember.
I was like, what?
I was just like,
yeah,
yeah.
It was too serious.
That was a good campaign though.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah, I remember I found like a hack.
We were both rogues, so we could use like the rogue speak, and we were like,
oh yeah,
from like across the map.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
I remember my character found a way to, or like I found a way to bend the rules a little bit. I think I had the one spell I had was like
you had like the cast illusion.
Yeah, cast an illusion, and then I cast an illusion of what was behind me, and then just sat so I'd be invisible basically.
And you had like a bow and arrow.
And I could shoot people through my invisible little shield thing, basically the invisibility cloak, but only like in one dimension. Like if you looked around the side, you could see me, but it was like a 1 meter by 1 meter box, right, or a rectangle. So I just projected what was behind me, and then I was just invisible. That was fun.
Hilarious.
I think
that's why Dungeons and Dragons is cool. Like moments like that is like those. That's why I play, because it's like it's just fun.
Yeah, like when you find a cool mechanic, or like you do something that no one's expecting. It's not fun when you like. I don't think you can take it too seriously. I think that's when it starts to become fun. If you like get,
I think you can take it too seriously. Oh, but you're saying,
I'm saying you should.
If you do,
it's not fun if you take it too seriously. Like if you get really upset with your role, or like you are really invested in your character's backstory, and then it doesn't, you just got to go with the flow and let it. It's mostly going to be fun, or like it's mostly going to be a joke the whole time. There will be moments where you're like, being serious, but at the end of the day, it's just a game. So I think that's the most fun, is like just enjoying kind of the hilarity that comes from having a table full of people imagining what's going on.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm sure lots of people would disagree with me, but
yeah, probably, but fuck those guys.
Yeah, screw you.
Yeah, you need to remember to have fun when you do things.
Yeah.
Like people forget to have fun these days. Is there anything else we want to talk about? We're sitting at like 50 right now.
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, nope.
We're gonna call it. Oh yeah, I saw that one. Oh no!
I've
Oh
seen
yeah, I
that.
saw that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Funny.
We should do
Okay.
like
Do we want
we should do
to
a thumbnail.
do a? Yeah.
It should be like oh yeah, I've seen that. How do we? Oh, what if I show you my phone?
I just farted. Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Okay, good.
If you didn't announce it, no one would. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Wait, I should pull up the actual video.
Of what?
The Davy Jones, or I'll just show you the thumbnail of that video on the camera, and you go, yeah, you do that, yeah. Why does Davy Jones look so good? First result.
Yep. I got some new pens. I got some new paint pens.
Ooh,
The
very
same
cool.
colors that I always use, but white is here now. So now when I'm sketching out my tag, I can put some backdrop on it, put some, like,
Nice.
shadow on it.
Okay, I'm ready. Here we go.
I also bought some chrome spray paint.
Okay, so I'll be like, okay,
All right, cool. Yeah, we definitely got that.
nice.
But yeah,
All right, like, comment, subscribe, everybody. Subscribe to the Patreon, and check out all of our little short form media stuff. Do we still have the TikTok?
we're working on it. It's incoming. But yeah, follow the Instagram. Check us out on Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on Apple Music, or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Wherever you watch podcasts.
Wherever you consume your podcast.
And definitely subscribe to the YouTube, because we're cool. All right. Thank you. Catch you next time. I'm Hungry Nation. Peace out.